Hi, welcome to our channel of ignouaudiobooks. Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Continuing Education, Certificate Programs, Certificate in Food and Nutrition, CFN, CFN 2-year Food and its Utilization, Unit-7 Food, Energy, Activity Pattern and Body Weight. You will study about the ideal body weight, its relation to the food you eat, and the type of activity patterns you have. 7.0 Objectives. After studying this unit, you will be able to times identify the foods you eat in terms of their energy content, times recognize your activity pattern and how it affects your energy needs, and times identify ways to regulate your energy balance and maintain your weight. 7.1 Introduction. You have seen in Unit 6, if you do not eat according to the body's needs, you will suffer from either under or overnutrition. You will certainly want to know how to avoid these pitfalls. Therefore, it is very important for you to know how your body gets and spends the energy obtained from the foods you eat. In this unit, you will learn how to select foods on the basis of their energy content. You will also learn about the energy needs of your body, which is related to your activity pattern. Lastly, you will learn how to maintain your energy balance and maintain your weight. 7.2 Food, the source of our energy. Food supplies the energy needed for everything we do. As you learned in Unit 1, two components of food, carbohydrates and fats, supply 85 to 90% of the energy in the Indian diet. The remaining 10 to 15% should be provided by proteins. As you learned, calorie is the unit used to express our energy requirements. Food composition and calorie content. The calorie content of food is related to its composition. Table 7.1 illustrates the relation of food composition to the calorie content of foods. You will note that foods which have a large percentage of water have a low calorie content. Foods which contain mostly carbohydrates are fairly high in calories. Foods which contain a large amount of fat are high in calories. The calorie content of foods changes when they are prepared. When you cook rice, it absorbs water. Thus, cooked rice contains only about a third as many calories as an equal weight of raw rice. When you prepare dal, a reduction in calorie content occurs, depending on the amount of water added. Thus, addition of water during cooking shows lowering of calories when the raw and cooked foods are compared on an equal weight basis. You use oil to season the dal. As you remember, each gram of oil has 9 calories. Thus, seasoning with oil increases the calorie value of most of our preparations, such as dal, vegetables, salads, etc. Table 7.1 Food composition and calorie content. Look at the screen for table content. You prepare a number of foods by shallow or deep frying. For example, foods such as dosa, paratha, puris and papads absorb some oil during preparation. Therefore, the calorie content of these foods is increased due to the oil absorbed. You observe change in calorie content during food processing also. If water is lost in processing, as when you dry fruits, there is an increase in calorie value per unit weight of the food processed. In preparing jams, jellies and other fruit preserves, some water is lost and sugar is added, which results in an increase in calories. This any change in the composition during preparation or processing affects the calorie content of the food product. Check your progress. Exercise 1. 1. List 3 food preparations each having low, medium and high energy calorie value. 2. Explain why the listed food preparations have differences in energy value. 3. What is the effect of drying on calorie value of raisins? 4. Explain why tomatoes have less than half the calories than carrots. Practical activity 1. Effect of preparation on calorie content. You are listening to this audiobook on Audio Learn IGNOU. 7.3 Your energy needs. The number of calories you need each day is decided by a. The involuntary activity of your body, and b. The voluntary activity. The energy spent for involuntary activity is the basal energy need of your body. It is measured as energy used per kilogram of body weight per hour and is called the basal metabolic rate, BMR. Involuntary activities, as the word suggests, are those which occur without conscious effort on your part. The heartbeat and movements of the digestive tract are good examples of involuntary activities. Meeting the calorie need for these involuntary activities is an absolute must to ensure continuance of life. It has to be met every moment of your life without consideration of any other needs. The amount of energy needed for involuntary activity of the body is much more than the amount you need for voluntary activity. The speed of your involuntary activity is set by the hormone called thyroxine. In the previous units we have mentioned that this substance is made by a gland in your neck, known as thyroid. If there is too much of thyroxine released, the energy use is increased. If too little is released, the energy use for involuntary activity is reduced. These abnormal conditions affect requirements of energy and need to be treated medically. Luckily for us, such abnormalities are not very common. Most of us have a normally functioning thyroid and thus have a normal BMR. Voluntary activity is what you choose to do. It includes times the work you do as part of your occupation, profession or the job you are engaged in. Times the activities you do during your leisure time, such as playing tennis, painting, etc. And times the activities you do as part of your daily routine, such as brushing your teeth, having a bath, eating, commuting to work, doing laundry, washing dishes, etc. The amount of energy spent in these voluntary activities depends on the size and number of muscles used, the time for which you use them and how hard these muscles are used. There are some basic facts you may note. Times large muscles need more energy than small ones. Compare the muscle used in lifting loads with those used in tapping. Times rapid movement of muscles takes more energy than slow movement. Compare the muscle movement in running with that in walking. Times the energy spent increases with the time spent in a given activity. For example, your leg muscles are used for a longer time in walking 2 kilometers than in walking half a kilometer. Times when many muscles are used, more energy is used as compared to when a few are used. You will notice that more muscles are used in rowing a boat than in sitting in the boat. Some mental states affect your energy need. If you are tense or nervous, energy demand is increased due to increase in muscular activity. Please remember, mental work does not increase your energy need, as it does not use muscular energy enough to count. An hour of intense mental work does not need even 5 calories. Check your progress. Exercise 2. 1. Explain the term involuntary activity. 2. List the voluntary activities you perform daily. How would you classify these? 3. Explain what happens if the energy needs of a person are not met. 7.4. Your activity pattern. Your energy requirement is estimated on the basis of the level of your activity. The various categories of activity are given below. You may recall reading about these categories earlier in Unit 2. You can decide to which of these groups you belong. Times sedentary or light activity lifestyle. Times active or moderately active lifestyle. Times vigorous or vigorously active lifestyle. Not demand much physical effort, are not required to walk long distances. Generally use motor vehicles for transportation, do not participate in sports, and spend most of their leisure time sitting or standing with little body displacement. Examples are male-female teacher, office workers, executives, clerks, typists, etc., housewives living in urban areas with access to energy saving devices and domestic help. Active or moderately active lifestyle. These people have occupations that are not strenuous in terms of energy demands, but involve more energy expenditure than that described for sedentary lifestyle. Examples of moderately active lifestyles are associated with occupations such as servants, house cleaners, rural women who participate in agriculture chores. Vigorous or vigorously active lifestyle. These people engage regularly in strenuous work or in strenuous activities for several hours. Examples of vigorously active persons include rickshaw pullers, mine workers, coolies, etc. Figure 7.1 depicts the calorie requirement according to the activity. Calorie requirement if highest for an activity which involves heavy work, followed by moderate work and sedentary work. 7.5 Demand and supply of calories. Your weight is a balance between the calories supplied by your food and the energy you spend each minute of your life. You may be tempted to think of a similar question: what determines your bank balance? You know it is not the size of your salary check that decides it. It is the balance between what you earn and the amount you spend, the supply and demand, that decides whether you have money left over, just come out even, or you have to draw money from your savings. The situation is similar in the case of energy used in the body. If the intake of calories is more than the energy spent, then the person is likely to be overweight or obese, but if the intake of calories is less than the energy spent, the person is likely to be underweight. Let us see what determines your demand for energy, calories, and how food meets this demand. Activities and calories. Food provides the energy your body needs for all its activities. Some of these activities keep the body going, such as breathing, heartbeat, blood circulation, growth and repair of the body, while others relate to the body's capacity to work, e.g., to move, to carry a child, or to sweep the floor. Thus, supplying calories, energy, is one of the main functions of the food you eat. As you read in Unit 4, the food is first digested and the nutrients are transported by the bloodstream to all the cells of the body. The food components are oxidized by the oxygen in the cells and energy is released to meet the needs of the body. Figure 7.1 Energy needs vary with activity. Look at the screen for table content. You have learned in the first unit that calorie is a unit of energy. Just as you record your weight in kilograms and your height in centimeters, you record the energy content of food in calories. And the energy spent in activities is also recorded in calories. When you talk about eating calories, it is only a figure of speech. You eat food, which provides energy, which is measured in calories. When you eat foods that provide the number of calories needed to meet the body's expenditure of energy, your weight does not change. This maintenance of body weight in healthy adults indicates energy balance. When you eat more food than is needed to meet the body's requirements for energy, the excess is stored in the body. Your body cannot get rid of energy in excess of its needs. It can only deposit it in the most compact manner, i.e., in the form of fat. If you eat consistently less amount of food, which is unable to meet your needs of energy, body fat is oxidized to release energy to make up the deficit, and you lose weight. An underweight person has low vitality and decreased resistance to disease, and thereby his capacity to work is reduced. Let us now understand how to maintain the body weight at a desirable level. Check your progress exercise 3. 1. What is energy balance? 2. When do you gain weight and why? 3. Indicate how activity patterns are grouped, for instance, who is sedentary. You are listening to this audiobook on Audio Learn IGNOU. 7.6 Maintenance of body weight. Everyone is interested in his body weight. Some want to lose it, some need to put on weight, while others, who have managed to be of normal weight, wish to maintain it. If you are not one of those people who are worried about their weight, you will wonder why weight is so important. Weight can affect our vitality, our appearance, and our emotional life. Weight affects our longevity. Also, weight is one of the gross parameters of our health. You will be interested to know that the life insurance companies collected data about weights and heights and developed the first tables of desirable weight for height to guide their agents to determine the premium to be paid by their clients. The clients who were underweight or overweight were found to be at greater risks and therefore had to pay higher premium. This weight indirectly affects our financial liability too. Normal weight. There are three factors which affect our normal or desirable weight. These are our age, height, and body build. By the time we reach 25 years of age, the bodybuilding process is complete, and so also our need to add weight. It is advisable for us to maintain the weight throughout life. If you have reached your desirable weight for your height by 25 years of age, your weight should not increase after that. When you are 40, there is no reason to weigh more than what you were at 30. The same is true of the later years. But you will observe the number of men and women gain half a kilogram a year after the age of 35 or 40. You may think it is insignificant to worry about a gain of as little as half a kilogram. But when it continues for 10 to 15 years, those extra kilograms are certainly visible. Weight for height and body build are determined by heredity. So, you have little control over height and body build, but you can decide and control the weight you carry on this body frame. The desirable weights for men and women of different heights are given in Table 7.2. These tables were prepared by the Life Insurance Corporation of India. Record your weight regularly. Remember 3 things when you weigh yourself. First, weigh at regular intervals, say once a month, at the same time of the day and as far as possible, on the same scale. Your weight may vary as much as a kilogram or more during a single day. This variation is due to the water you drink, about 1 kilogram per day, the food you eat, each meal may weigh 600, 750 grams, and loss of weight through urine and feces. If you have a scale at home, the best time to weigh is in the morning, before you eat or drink anything. If you weigh away from home, try to use the same scale each time you weigh yourself, so that the error due to the scale may be minimal. Secondly, try to wear similar light clothing. Please weigh yourself without wearing shoes or chappal. If you are carrying a purse, a briefcase or a bag of books, please put these down before weighing yourself. Most of these can add 0.5 kilograms or more to your weight and thus give the wrong value. Table 7.2, Weight for height for men and women. Look at the screen for table content. Thirdly, record your weight in your diary or notebook along with the date. Compare your weight with the desirable weight for your height. Compare your weight with the record of your weight last month and the month before. That also, suppose you weigh 55 kilograms today and you find that it is half a kg more than last time. You may think it is not important to worry about it, since your weight varies more than that in a day. But check your weight record and see if there is an increase. If that is the case, it is the time to take action before it gets difficult to manage. If you are underweight, you need to watch too, to see that you gain steadily until you reach the desirable weight for your height and body build. Check your progress practical for 1. Why is it important to maintain weight in adult life? 2. Which agency has developed the first weight for height tables? Why? 3. Explain the precautions to be taken in maintaining your weight record. Practical activity 2. 1. Study of activity pattern of individuals. A. Record your activities for the past 48 hours and indicate which of the following groups you belong to. Sedentary lifestyle, moderately active lifestyle, vigorously active lifestyle. B. Ask 2 of your acquaintances to describe their daily activities and classify them according to the above groups. Practical activity 3. Record your weight every week for a month following the instructions given in the text. A. Record weight and height of all your family members including yourself. 7.7 Let us some UP. In this unit, you have had an opportunity to learn the relation of food composition to calorie content. Your age, body build and weight affect the desirable weight of your body. You have learned the importance of maintaining your weight record regularly and accurately. By noting your activity pattern, you can decide whether you are sedentary, active or very active. You need to balance your energy intake with energy expenditure to maintain your weight at a desirable level. 7.8 Glossary. BMR, basal metabolic rate. It represents the rate at which energy is used by the body for its involuntary activities. It is measured in the early hours of the morning after the body has been at rest for about 12 hours. Calorie. Calorie is the amount of heat required to raise the Temperature of 1 liter water. It is also known as kilocalorie. Involuntary activity, the body activities that occur without any conscious effort on our part, e.g. peristalsis, respiration, action of breathing. Voluntary activity, the activities which are carried out by conscious effort on our part, e.g. lifting a can. 7.9 Answers to check your progress. Check your progress. Exercise 1. 1. Food preparation energy value. Salad low, dal medium, jam high. 2. Salad contains mainly vegetables like radish, cabbage, salad leaves, carrot, etc. These vegetables are high in moisture content and low in calories, so salad will have a low calorie value. Dal has more calories than salad due to the presence of carbohydrate and the use oil for seasoning. Jam has a high concentration of carbohydrate or sugar because of the drying up of water during cooking, so it is rich in calories. 3. Calorie value of raisins is increased on drying. 4. Tomatoes have higher moisture content than carrots and so has less calories for the same weight of carrots. Check your progress. Exercise 2. 1. Involuntary activities are those that are carried on within the body without conscious effort on our part, e.g. beating of the heart and respiration. 2. Activity classification. Walking moderately active. Eating sedentary. Cycling or skipping very active. 3. If energy needs of a person are not met from food, the performance of the body's voluntary and involuntary activities will be decreased. Check your progress. Exercise 3. 1. Energy balance is the maintenance of body weight in a healthy adult by eating foods that provide the number of calories needed to meet the body expenditure of energy. 2. When you eat more food than is needed to meet the body's requirements for energy, you gain weight. This happens because the excess energy is stored in the body as fat. 3. Activity patterns are based on the level of activity. All persons performing different activities but having the same level of activity expenditure of energy are grouped together into sedentary, active or very active groups. A sedentary person is one who spends most of his time in light muscular activity which involves a lot of sitting and some standing and moving. Check your progress. Exercise 4. 1. Weight affects our vitality, appearance, emotional life and longevity. Therefore it is important to maintain weight. 2. Life insurance companies developed the first weight for height tables to guide their agents to determine the premium to be paid by their clients. Underweight and overweight clients were found to be greater risks and therefore had to pay higher premium. 3. 1. Weigh at regular intervals, say once a month, at the same time of the day and on the same scale. 2. Wear similar light clothing each time and weigh without shuffle. 3. Record weight in a notebook along with date. Thank you. We will see you in the next video.